Hi, Dave here for another question and answer session, number 6 in our question and answers. Okay, training plateaus. Right, so training plateaus in our sort of journey through Tai Chi and Qigong, martial arts or whatever, we'll come to points where we feel progress stops. Yeah, there's this steep learning curve, and then things just settle off, and we feel like we're not really getting anywhere. Okay, and this happens numerous times. I know through my own personal experience, through my training, all the years I've been training, 25, 30 years now. There have been times where it's just like I am really stuck and I'm going nowhere, seemingly. Okay, so halted progression, first sort of obvious sign. You don't feel that you are gaining anything new. This sort of sense of new becomes less, okay? Or you feel that you're just doing it, just performing it, just not really engaging with what you're doing it because we've done it that many times before. Okay, you feel like you're stagnating. So that's the sort of start of this sense of a plateau. Okay, but like with anything, once you acquire base knowledge, base skills, you will stop learning new things because there's only a certain amount of basic skills that you need to achieve a wide range of things you can do within what you're learning. Okay, how you're moving Tai Chi is underpinned by principles. Okay, once you've got a good grounding in those principles, all the movements that you do will become easier. Okay, so you don't feel like you're learning anything new because you've acquired this body skill. So how do we move on? You need time to absorb the knowledge. You do need these breaks. You need these plateaus to really look at what you've done, absorb what you've got, and really understand. Yeah, because we can acquire a lot of knowledge of forms and things without really understanding why we are doing it, or even feeling what it's doing to our body. Because with a physical a thing like Tai Chi and Qigong, your body will take time to adjust, okay, as you do these physical endeavours. So sometimes you just really need that time for your body to change through the processes you're doing, whatever forms you're doing, etc., etc. Because your body will change and adjust. You'll hopefully, your balance will get better, your body feels stronger and more coordinated, etc., etc. Okay, so on a physical level, your body will need time to sort of accumulate this knowledge itself. Okay, and the observation of the physical self, getting that mental connection with whatever movements you're doing, again, is another sort of plateau, because again, the time needed to sort of understand what your body's doing and all these wonderful sequences that we do, it's time is one of the major factors. Okay, and also getting that understanding in the forms. Okay, again, if you've only been doing a form 3-6 months, your understanding of that form will be quite shallow. Not necessarily because of the information passed on, but the information retained by yourself through the training. Okay, so you might need to go back, ask some questions, okay, that are pertinent, that's going to help you improve your knowledge, and you might get that light bulb and go, yes, I now see we are doing this with it, or I wasn't moving myself quite correctly, or my breathing was wrong, or whatever. Okay, and that can move things forward there. Do a bit of research for yourself. Okay, there's a raft of information out there, but do be careful. You can go down a rabbit hole if you're not careful. Okay, and get sidetracked here, there, and everywhere. And some routines are quite specific in how they're expressed, and other systems will express it completely differently, although it comes under the same heading. So do be mindful of that. But if you look at the core of what the form or the routine is trying to achieve, like say I Ching Jin, muscle tendon changing classic, is about transforming the muscles and the tendons of the body, okay, and any other details about that, okay. If you stick to the underlying theme of what it is you're doing, you can't go far wrong. And it's always good to pull sources from 2 or 3 areas so you can compare and contrast, And I've been a victim of this. You can get stuck in the language. There's a lot of sort of hidden meaning within the language of Tai Chi and Qigong, and it can be a little too abstract in what it's trying to convey, and a bit of reading around or asking a few questions can help sort of pin it down and draw it into some sense of what it means for you. Okay, so do question, do research, and equally go back to basics. A lot of the time when I've been at sort of these sort of plateaus, these areas where I stagnate, I'll go back and go right back to the basic stuff. I'll do footwork, because I've done Kung Fu, I'll do various sort of punching combination drills and blocks and things like that, and basic patterns and conditioning type things, or do some meditation and go back to the basics, because once you've done 3 or 4 years, a lot of the time you're just recycling a lot of things until you get a better understanding of it, because your mind is focused more, your body is transformed, and you've got this connection and awareness of your body, and then things will suddenly change, okay, and you'll discover something new, okay. So a good thing to do also, if you can, is journaling. That'll be a subject of a further post. Write down notes, draw little diagrams, help refresh your memory, investigate it further. A couple of months down the line, look back and say, well, right, I didn't quite understand that, and add to it. I now feel this. I asked a question about that, and this is now my understanding of this. Yeah. Whatever it may be, these will help you move on. Okay. But the time on each of these plateaus varies immensely. Okay. But as long as you maintain that sort of quizzical mind, that analysing, approaching things openly. Okay, don't close down and get stuck into this, we only do it this way in our style. Yeah, no. That's just one way of doing it. Tai Chi is open to lots of possibilities. Okay, and there's many different ways of doing things, but you've got to find your sort of pathway through it. Okay, and through asking the questions, your instructors can help guide you. But at the end of the day, you've got to put the practice in. You've got to rationalize it in your head and get your body to do what it is you're trying to do, and that's all down to you. Okay, and you're the one thing that can get you off this plateau. But like I say, keep that open, quizzical mind. Do research, read around the subject, ask the questions, even if you think they are really basic questions. Sometimes the most basic question can yield some of the best sort of answers to help you progress. Okay, so I hope that's helpful to you and answer this question of how trying to get off these plateaus. So until next time, take care, see you soon.